It was so beautiful. The winds were strong, violent at times, and very cool, but she found it invigorating and life-affirming. At this very moment, perched on the cliffs of one of the Shetland Islands, northernmost of the Scottish Isles, she felt more alive than she ever had. Nothing matched the rawness of these ragged cliffs that cut the edge of land before the furious dark sea went on forever. Straight down and inhospitable. The top of the sharp-edged cliffs made a rough seat as she sat alone with only a single seabird calling to her. And the first tears began, slowly, then faster, an awful moment as she let herself finally accept that this was real. There was nothing going to change the future. She was dying, and it would be soon. The loss, the awful loss of the years she would not get, the moments of happiness and sorrow she'd never know. No chance now to have a family that she was never sure she wanted. No great epic love. She'd never get to look in a mirror and lament over increasing wrinkles and sagging jowls. No point in planting a tree. She'd never see it grown. She had never had a pet. Her mother had not been a kind woman, and she'd hated animals, so there had never even been a fish in Alisa's childhood. But she'd always hoped someday to get a puppy or kitten, because her heart told her, even as a little girl, that she would love it to pieces. As much as she realized she'd wanted to be there for the major human events, like the day a rocket left for Mars, or maybe finally the cure for cancer, it was the little moments of life that she would never get, that she regretted most. She thought of the little storage container she kept outside the city that held some family heirlooms, antique furniture she'd kept for the day she bought a little house in the country. There was no point in keeping it now. Alisa pulled her thick, cable-knit sweater closer and slipped the collar up to cover her ears. She was shivering now, the brutal northern wind off the wild sea almost an assault. No matter. It was good to feel it, to revel in the experience, because soon she would never feel cold again, never experience the warmth of a soft sweater against cool skin. She wouldn't know it, of course. Death was the end of life, and all things attached to it. Suddenly, perched at the top of the world overlooking the ragged edge of Scotland, her bucket list turned into things she would miss. Star-filled skies, the full moon, Saturn's stunning rings, Jupiter and those amazing Galilean moons, sexy high-heeled shoes, the new season of a favorite TV show, warm chocolate chip cookies, waking up on the first day of spring to the sun and soft breezes, to wander outside in bare feet with hot coffee, ready to say goodbye to winter for a little while, cicadas in late summer, and the kitten she never got to have. So much to lose. Life. Precious. More so when it's stolen so soon. Now, wrapped tight in the heavy sweater, Alisa just let herself breathe and enjoy this very moment. That's all it was now. Moments left to find joy in every one of them. Her job was easy now. Live, love, breathe. She was on this journey, the final one, because the symptoms were advancing quickly now. Travel around the world one last time, enjoy every breath, say goodbye. Pushing up, Alisa took one last, lingering look at the angry sea. She nodded before she turned away. Goodbye, Scotland. Check. Off the list. She would not see this shoreline again.